In this tutorial, we are going to use the filter tool. The filter tool allows us to specify some condition and have data that is true or meets that condition go along one path and data that is false go along a different. In Chapter 3, it asks us to identify what names have completely swapped from being exclusively used for babies of one sex to being exclusively used for babies of another when comparing the first 10 years to the last 10 years of the data set. Now, that means that we don't really care about any of the middle years. Since that's the case, we can create a filter that will say, if you're in the first 10 or last 10 years, true. If not, false. And then we'll continue our workflow from the true branch while not doing anything with the false. The tool is going to be located both in our favorites bar and in the preparation tab. And we'll just go and drag it down as we've done before. Now you'll notice the filter tool has two different arrows coming out of it, true and false. There are some tools in Alteryx that are going to have multiple outputs like this. So, in order to take a look and apply our filter, we're going to click on the tool again, and we're actually going to specify a custom filter. Basic filters are good enough for some things. However, since we have multiple conditions joined by an OR, we're going to have to use the expression option within custom filters. Now, the conditions that we want true to be output for are ones where it either is in the first 10 years or is in the last 10 years. So we will start by saying year less than 1890. And the reason that we say that is that's what the first 10 years of the data are. We have square brackets around year in order to quote it and tell Alteryx, hey, we're referring to the column year, not the letters YEAR or a function named year or something else. Next, we're going to put OR, because we have two conditions and we want it to be true if either of them is correct. Year greater than 2003. In the textbook, it tells us we're interested in the years 2004 or later, so greater than 2003 works. Alteryx will go and summarize this, and we can take a look at this, and of our data that is loaded in our little preview, we can click true or false and see that nothing happens until we run the workflow. Once we run the workflow, congrats, it ran quickly. We can now click on true and false and see which data did and didn't match the rules. We'll notice within true, it's got some 1880s. Scroll down a little bit, and we've got 2010s, 2008s. Within our false, there's a 1909, there's an 1890, there's a 1991. All sorts of information. Now, it's worth noting that it's not showing us all of the data, and that's just because Alteryx is, again, giving us a summary to help us get the idea. If we wanted to get the full information, we would drag a browse tool.